So, a month ago, I created a poll that had 3 false statements and 1 factual statement. Godzilla vs. Kong sucked, Gamera first acquired leg jets in Gamera vs. Gauss, the Ultra series has the least amount of spin-offs, and Star Wars recently introduced a rock as a new character. In the spirit of April Fool's Day, I asked my adoring fans to guess which of these 4 statements was telling the truth. Let's take a look at what the results were. After a month on display, this is what the analytics look like now. Almost everyone seemed to believe Godzilla vs. Kong sucked was the correct claim, while the other 3 were the false statements. Are these analytics correct? Well, first, let's assess them one by one. Gamera first acquired leg jets in Gamera vs. Gauss. Only a select few of you thought this was true, since we don't see Gamera use his leg jets until his 3rd movie. But this is in fact a false statement. Huh? It's been stated in various sources that Gamera first acquired his leg jet ability in Gamera vs. Baragon, after he was mutated from being struck by a meteor. This mutation granted him enhanced agility to defeat his enemies, notably the ability to fly with only his legs retracted. So even though we never actually see him use them in the movie, Gamera first obtained his leg jets in Gamera vs. Baragon, not Gamera vs. Gauss. The Ultra series has the least amount of spin-offs. Anyone who watched Part 4 of my retrospective on Ultraman Great would know that the Ultra series recently landed a mark in the Guinness Book of World Records as the franchise with the most spin-offs. By the time they were recognized by Guinness, the series had already amassed 36 different entries in the Ultraman universe. Even if you didn't already know about the show's world record, could anyone here honestly tell me what movie or TV show has more spin-offs than Ultraman? Now we have the final 2 choices. We have Godzilla vs. Kong sucked, and Star Wars recently introduced a rock as a new character. Between these 2, y'all believed Godzilla vs. Kong was a terrible movie over the thought of Star Wars featuring a brand new character that's actually a rock. Well, after all these weeks, allow me to give you my 2 cents on the movie that reinvented the ultimate battle of the 20th century. This movie was freaking awesome. Y'all really thought this movie was gonna suck? It had everything I wanted to see in an American Godzilla movie. Fast-paced story, exceptional visual effects, fun and engaging characters I could actually relate to, some funny jokes here and there, a human plot thread that kept me intrigued, and enough monster action to boost my excitement before the final showdown. Not to mention, they gave us a very worthy fight between the 2 most famous monsters of cinema, a rematch almost 60 years in the making, and trust me when I say, it was well worth the wait. Now that the movie's no longer on HBO Max, I'd highly suggest you head out to your nearest theater to give the movie a chance, even if you aren't the biggest fan of Legendary's first 2 attempts at making a Godzilla movie. But of course, you should only see it if you're comfortable sitting in a theater, what with things the way they are right now. If you are, then I guarantee you this is the American-made Godzilla movie you've been waiting for, one I truly believe is the best entry in the Monsterverse so far. To put it simply, this was yet another false statement. Now that that's out of the way, it's time to cover the final choice in my poll. This is the one that received the 2nd most votes. I'd like to believe y'all selected Godzilla vs. Kong sucked as the one true statement, because you couldn't fathom Disney's Star Wars going so off the deep end, what with their use of identity politics, destroying the legacies of the older movies and heroes, giving us new characters we either hate or dislike, or really, really hate, and everything else you've probably heard people complain about by now, that they couldn't possibly give us anything more abysmal than what we've already seen them put out since The Last Jedi. Well, guess what? This statement right here was the correct answer. Hard to believe, right? But yes, it's totally, completely true. Star Wars The High Republic introduced Geode to the magical sci-fi universe fans all over the world have loved since 1977. The character Geode, I must elaborate, is not a human, a Wookiee, a droid, nor some kind of gooey alien figure. No, Geode, my humble fans I love so dearly, is a rock. No, this is not a late April Fool's joke or anything like that. This is 100% genuine. Just when you thought Disney reached the peak of their nonsensical ideas for characters like Rey, the bestest ever, Old Man Skywalker, or even the incompetent Admiral Holdo, and boring and lame Rose Tico, two characters I absolutely hate more than I can say in words, they give us a character who's just a rock.
That's just a stupid boulder!
It's not just a boulder! It's a rock! A rock! A rock!
Mind you, a rock that's also the navigator of a space vessel, a ship that's called the Vessel. They actually paid people to come up with this stuff. The talent behind Disney and Lucasfilm is so in the pits that they give us a rock who's named Geode, who's the navigator of a ship called the Vessel. You just can't make this crap up.
Where did they come up with this stuff?
Even now, I'm pretty sure most of you still think this is just a gag, either by me or by Disney and Lucasfilm. But no, my fellow followers, I assure you this is no joke. This is what Star Wars has now become under the control of Kathleen Kennedy and her pals who all think they know what Star Wars is supposed to be. That wonderful galaxy from far, far away, filled with so much magic, mystery, and wonder, has now been reduced to what looks like sheer mockery for the fans who have made this franchise so successful over the years. And because of that, I must reiterate, I think I understand why you thought this answer was more believable than this one. This is usually the part where I say, that's enough internet for today, but this time I'm going to get to work on another video right away. I need a distraction to get this off my mind. The Force is female. The Force is stoned.